Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.
So number 2.
5, 4, if we get it activated. 2, 1. How the fuck do I get my Patreon deactivated before it even fucking launches?
It said, "Oh, John Cash."
Me.
Nope.
It's like, not this nigga. Even more uncensored? Absolutely not. Fuck him. Like, welcome to an all new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. Happy Pride Month. Yes, we're in June. That means all the corporations turn into rainbows.
Yeah.
But we were talking behind the scenes. Like, as you know, the last episode I announced the launch of the podcast website, and I'm trying to link the Patreon to it so I can give you guys a little bit more content behind the scenes and bonus and stuff like that. Bonus never seen before episodes and things of that nature. And my account got deactivated before I even was able to launch the shit. I put up a commercial. I don't know if y'all are familiar with, the commercials like don't be to you and I, this is a microphone, but to Orlando Brown, this is a dick. Don't be a dick. Tune into the John Cash Show podcast. I put that up because every other clip that I put up wasn't going up.
Yep.
And then, I refreshed the page, after 3-4 minutes of uploading it, and it was like, account deactivated. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway, the views and opinions expressed by myself do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast sponsors and or affiliates. Listener and viewer discretion is highly, highly advised. You can hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite streaming platforms, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Deezer, Odyssey, Pandora, and many, many more platforms except for Tidal. And now, the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the iron jaw and not the iron claw, the maestro of tongue. Mm-hmm. And the man single-handedly responsible for 78% of the noise complaints emanating out of the Bronx, the one and only Josh Wilcox.
Good to be back. Good to be back, sir. How are we feeling? How are we doing?
Good to have you back. I sound like I smoke 16 packs of cigarettes.
It sure does, but we'll make it through.
Yes,
we'll make it through.
We're pushing through. How was your week?
It's been great, man. I can't complain at all.
Yes. Behind the scenes, we also checked out the website. What's your first look opinion of the website?
I think your lawyer picture is quite entertaining. I don't know who that is.
Top Dog Law. You got hit by a bus. Your man stole your girl. The kid ain't yours. Call Top Dog Law. Like, what?
Yeah, you definitely, what's it called? Just John Cash and Sons.
I guarantee a win or your money back. I'll put the picture up.
Yeah.
This is the picture that he's talking about.
Yeah. And you got the one with the arms crossed too?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the picture.
Yeah.
But as I put it in the video, put it on this side. Just the picture.
But legal advice aside, the website looks really great. Looks really, really good. Very proud of you. Long overdue.
Thank you.
Very, very long overdue, and glad to see you doing it.
Thank you. I was like, how can I make this fun for the listeners and the supporters? So. With that being said, go to www.thejohncassh SHOW.com.
Yeah, I was like, there's extra S there somewhere.
So it's thejohncashshow.com. So it's TheJohncashShow.com. I know eventually I get it.
I was like, you want to do that again?
That's the top dog law. You fucking up your podcast, Reed. Come to top dog law. So yeah, there you can participate even more with the show. You can leave a voicemail about the topics that we talk about. If you have any opinions, you have any viewpoints, you have any critiques, anything, you could leave a voicemail. If you want, it could be played over the air.
Especially about today's topic. This would be a good one to rewind to.
Oh, absolutely. Also, one of the most important aspects of it, you could donate money.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. For sure.
Yeah, you want to hit that spiel again? Or?
Yeah. So listen. I know you've been listening to this for a long time. If you can hear my voice, you fuck with the show.
Yes.
You love the show. You listen to it every time it comes out. You look forward to it. You've been listening to the John Cash Show podcast for a while now. Let's just be real. So this is an independent show. There's no outside sponsors as of yet. John is not selling his feet pics yet. So
But Patreon is coming.
Yeah.
Feet pics on the way.
Yeah. And let's just be real about it. Like, my production services are not free. So as much as I love John and I love to participate as a little sidekick here, John needs money. All right. John needs money so that he can pay it to me eventually. So, because the invoices are going to keep coming every time. So John needs money and I need money. So if you like the show, support the show with not just a like, not just a subscribe, not just your comments, all those too, by the way, but with your hard-earned cash. All right? That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's well said. That's better than the Top Dog Law commercial. I'm gonna play that over. Yeah. So feel free to donate if you so choose. You can catch up on the latest episodes, both video-wise and audio-wise. Okay, make it all one place. Leave reviews. Subscribe to the podcast and the website. Make sure you take advantage of the membership. For right now, it is free. We're looking to fill up the first slots, and then we'll go from there. I don't know. Got to figure that out in terms of what I want to do. I always want to make sure I give you more bang for your buck. So, yeah. And like Josh said, he likes the Top Dog Law promotional picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah. I look like out of an episode of Boston Public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Boston Public.
Not
Boston Legal. Boston Public was the school show.
I don't know that one.
That was
I love how I just said
that was Channel 5. It was like 2-3 seasons. If you blinked real fast, it was gone. But yeah. So let's jump into this week's topic. We're talking about what's the number one reason people have terrible first dates to phone. Hey.
Yeah, that what's good. Something tells me that the predictions from Kim Allen are somehow penetrating the phone, if you know what I mean.
Better penetrating the phone than penetrating me. Okay. Relationship experts reveal the number one reason people have terrible first dates. There's a lot of pressure that comes with going on a first date, and it can either go really well or terribly bad. I've had both. The really well ones. The terribly bad ones. Damn, phone's on. Okay. If you often experience the latter, which is terribly bad, the reason for it is that in today's digital dating world, experts say curiosity is dead. Curiosity is where the spark lives. Alexandra Solomon, a psychologist and author who teaches at Northwestern University and specializes in relationships, told Vox in an interview. Nowadays, with access to the world at our fingertips, so many people feel the need to research their date before they ever meet them in real life. I'm guilty of that. Mm-hmm. Be like, who is this? Let me make sure I get their address. Make sure, and then I send the location to my friends to don't think I'm gonna wind up in a ditch dead. Sure, you got me. Sadly mistaken. You're not gonna rob me. Anyway, making sure your Wednesday night date isn't a criminal is normal. But stalking their social media to learn where they went on vacation with their family last Christmas and knowing where their brother's ex-girlfriend works leaves nothing to the imagination. You also don't want to build an idea of someone in your mind and be disappointed if they don't live up to the hype you've created. Anna Morgenstern, a matchmaker and dating expert, told the outlet. If you're looking for an ick on a potential date, you'll find one. And the date will be pretty boring if you've already found out everything about them, she explained. It's important to leave something to the imagination so you have questions to ask and new things to talk about once you're on the first date. In addition to vetting your date prior, there are a few first date mistakes most people make without even realizing it. Dr. Terry Orbuck, PhD, a relationship expert at datingadvice.com, told the Daily Mail that people share too much about themselves when first meeting someone. On a first date, you want to leave them interested and wanting more. And stop fixating on whether there is immediate chemistry or not. That's my downfall. I'm like, all right, you chew with your mouth open. I'm good. Like, this is not going to work for me. Like, you're pissing me off. Like, yeah, no. Okay. This is an unrealistic expectation. It only typically happens in the movies. Chemistry and attraction can grow over time as you get to know someone, Orbuck explained. A third mistake is negatively discussing your past relationships. Everyone has baggage, but on first dates, people are attracted to daters who are positive, optimistic, and hopeful. The expert told the outlet. You don't want to share why previous relationships didn't work and what isn't going well right now in your life. Also, make sure not to talk about yourself too much with your potential suitor. You want to gather information about the other person, and people are particularly attracted to people who ask questions and are interested in them, Orbuck said. Okay, that is the end of the article. What say you, Josh, even though you are married?
I mean, for me, it's like hard to comment on this sort of thing just because in today's day and age, like the way people date is different than when I first started, when I was dating, even when I was dating my now wife. But I find a lot of that to be true. What they're saying is that curiosity is something that I think really does kill a lot of potential first dates because everybody feels like they need to, well, what's their social media handle? What can you figure out now? A couple of the women that I dated, I'm like, it made me think about when I was dating women through MySpace. This is how far back I'm going to go. And I remember, I was dating women through MySpace, and
you wasn't dating women through like the Telegraph.
Yeah, exactly. I was writing them letters.
7 years ago.
They put the little ink with the stamp on it.
Thy pussy.
Couldn't wait to seal the envelope with my tongue, but that's the whole thing. But there's a couple of dates I remember going on, and I thought I saw their profile, and there's a whole bunch of dumb shit that I think we think is are signs that oh, this person's gonna be real cool, or you get you really excited, like the song that they had on their profile, their interests. We like the same bands, or we like the same whatever, and none of that shit actually matters. Like none of it really matters at all because those ended up being the two women that I can specifically thinking of ended up being the most boring, worst dates I've ever been on.
Wow.
Like by far.
Wow.
Because like we both, and the thing is like they did the same scouting too, and I think for women it's obviously different for safety reasons and stuff like that. So like I do think there is something to that aspect of it to make sure that you're not with a fucking serial killer. But
Jeffrey Dahmer.
yeah. But what's it called? But you know, safety aside, it's you know like I remember being on those dates and I remember one girl within like 5 or 10 minutes, like we kind of knew, we started like rehashing, like, oh, I saw you like this. And she was like, and I was like, oh, I saw you like that. That's cool. That's cool. And then 5 minutes later, it was just like, okay, I thought this person was going to be cooler. Like the conversation got all fragmented and it was just a real dry ass time. And in every sense of the word. So like,
oh, you know what?
Take that.
Yeah,
you want
because
to.
you're married and I don't want to break up relationships. Yeah. So,
but yeah, I totally agree. Like you have to be curious about. You have to be curious about people. You don't need to know everything on the front end, and it's a real. But I think the one thing they're also not stating there is that it is a real delicate dance between. You want to give the person something, you know, some level of I don't know whether it's vulnerability or some real part of yourself, so they do get a sense of who you are on that first date. But you don't need to give them everything, and then you also need to be equally as curious and not ask. I don't know. A lot of people ask like the same cliche questions on a first date, and sometimes that's fine because you do need to ask those questions. But you know, I think there's a way of like. Of going about it. Like if I were to say now, like if I were dating now, I would be trying to ask questions. I'd almost have like a podcast interview approach to it, to being like trying to ask questions to get them to tell stories about them. Like I want to know, I feel like you can really get a chance to know a person in a real authentic way without it feeling too stilted by asking them a question that's going to like evoke a story from them.
Ask question.
So that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
To evoke.
And by the way, I'll sell a course on this soon. So, you know, the donate link will be on the John Cash Show podcast, johncashshow.com. Sorry.
Some proceeds.
Some proceeds.
Yeah.
John gets a 20% kickback, but yeah.
Yeah.
And tell stories about you. So I think if you lead with trying to tell stories about your life or things that you've been through and maybe try to ask questions that also have the person that you're with do the same, I think that could work out pretty well for you.
See, this is kind of I don't want to say difficult, but I don't have patience. Like, I don't have I sit there and it's like I'm almost expecting the worst, and if you can do the bare fucking minimum, be basic, I'm like, oh, okay, next on to the next level. Like it's like I guess I'm always looking for the other shoe to drop. Okay, let's see how they pronounce this word on the menu. that gives me my out. Get the fuck out of here. You're pissing me off. Let's see how they chew. Like things like that.
I'm curious. Can you tell us? It doesn't have to necessarily be your worst, but what's been one of the most memorable, awful experiences you had on a first date?
I could write a fucking book on it. It's like I'm like, am I on a fucking TV show?
I mean, you don't have to give them. I mean, unless you want to give the names, you don't have to name.
No,
them.
I'm not naming because I can't remember the name. Look, I've been around the town. Okay, like I've been. Hey, hoo. Talk about that next episode. I've had my fair share of fun. One date. Now, everybody know me. I'm a jokester. I'm a prankster. I have a hell of a sense of humor, especially outside of the podcast. I'm like even like 10 times funnier. So I believe. It helps me sleep at night. So I was out on a date, and it's like I kept telling jokes, but the way the other person was laughing, it kind of like made me stop wanting to tell jokes. Because I'd say, let's say Top Dog Law, like something like random like that. Like this, I kid you the fuck not. This is how the other person would be laughing. What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, oh my God, when was that? Like 2009, 2010? Anyway, I was like, oh, fuck this. I can't. I mean, I didn't wind up going back home with them. But, but you know, that was the buck stopped there. That was that was the worst. That was the worst. Like
so no second date?
Absolutely not. But you know, I finished, you know, and I definitely do not stay over. And I went home, and yeah, this is when I was living in Crown Heights, actually. So yeah, it was like 2010, 2009, around there. I had just like, did I just? I don't know. I was on and off with someone for about 4.5 years, but yeah. So yeah, that was like the worst, one of the worst.
And it was just because of the laugh. You don't remember? Was there anything else?
It was that was just the icing on the cake. That was like that was just. They were late. The laugh was weird. Then they chewed with their mouth. I was just like, where the fuck am I? Like, I just couldn't deal with it. But wherever they're at, hopefully, you know, they're happy and in, you know, bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yet you still went home?
I mean, just because you got on my nerves don't mean you don't get on my dick. Like the fuck? Like, I was 20-something at the time. Like, you got on my nerves, you can get on my dick. Like the fuck? Should be the name of my the title of this podcast. Like, this episode. But yeah, like that was, yeah, I went home with, look, they used to call me First Day John.
Mm.
I was just put it like that. They used to call me First Day John.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, even with I mean, I don't know if I've had a good first date, but I don't know if I've had a great one. Most of them have been like, the best ones have been like, they're okay.
I've had amazing first dates,
yeah.
But it's just, yeah, I just have that wall up. So I have that wall up. So, all right, getting a little too close.
Actually, I have a.
Well, I had the wall up.
I have like a sort of spin-off question for this too, because I sort of feel this way in regards to like how quick people are to dismiss people and stuff like that. Not that you should, you know, if you really, really aren't feeling somebody, I'm not trying to say you should give them a second chance. But I kind of feel like everybody should get two.
No.
Almost in most cases, people.
I'm paying for. The majority of dates I'm paying for. I don't have time to chase bad money after good. I don't like no. You get one shot. Like lose yourself. Like Eminem, you get one shot.
Yeah, I'm just saying it becomes a lot of pressure for but to put emphasis on what would be, you know, in some cases, if the date's really terrible, could be 30 minutes to an hour, you know, and then it's just like peace out. But it's like, you know, it's a short amount. It's a short window to put your best foot forward with somebody.
It's like a job interview. Mm-hmm. This is a job you want, right?
Yeah.
Like you better show up for the job you want.
Yeah, but some jobs do too. A lot of jobs you get a second interview, might even get a third interview.
But that's if you get past the first one.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't getting past the first one,
Mm-hmm.
like my whole thing is, if I already know you're not a fit or a match, why am I going through the dog and pony show to try to make it happen?
I'm not saying you're trying to make it happen, because I'm
you are when you're given a second chance.
Well, here's what I'm saying. If let's just say if everything else was cool minus the laugh, you're given the second date? No. The laugh was too much.
Not even that. It was just like the conversation was boring. It was more than just a laugh, but it was just, oh, I know I can't crack jokes. I'm gonna have to be a fucking mute.
Yeah. No. See, now that's a good reason not to have a second date. But what I'm saying is, I think there's a lot of people out here who find any old thing. And granted, I'm pretty like, what's it called? I have a high bar to get to give somebody a second date. But
that's right.
But
You're
I think
high value man.
Yeah, I'm a high. Yeah, fuck that dude.
He's dead. Have some respect.
I don't care. Anyway. Don't care about him. Anyway,
wear a suit like him.
Yeah, I don't trust people who wear suits in their own home. Like that's weirdo shit to me.
But you got to get dressed to go to church, right?
Yeah, no.
But
but you're going somewhere. He was going to his desk.
It's presentation. Presentation is key.
You're in your own home, bro.
Presentation is key.
Yeah. I don't trust a man that wears a suit in his own basement.
Let's say he was preparing, he was manifesting a studio, and he wanted to be presented seriously.
If you
have me fucking defending Kevin
I know. I know. Look at this jujitsu. I just
but yeah, like, give him a break.
Oh, I'll do it for you.
Don't do it for me.
Anyways, I just think that when it comes, I think it's hard to really get a good gauge or to really make a firm decision on somebody without giving them two chances, unless there's some major red. Actually, I'm really curious. What, aside from having a terrible laugh, which we already know about for you,
major red flag.
What are the major red flags that would make you absolutely not give someone a second chance?
Being rude to the service staff.
Okay, I like that.
Being rude to the service staff. Being cheap. You know, it's a difference between being frugal and being cheap. Like, like, if let's say you're paying for the date, you gonna order, lettuce and tomato. But if I'm paying for the fucking date, you want to get the porterhouse steak. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're fucking bugging. Like,
that's not frugal. That's cheap.
Yeah, that's yeah. So you can see things like even in the way that they order food. If they're considerate, they don't know your financial situation. But if they're like, oh well, I just look at this nigga as a opportunity to have a meal, like they won't care. So it's little things like that. Another red flag for me is, well, a green flag for me, I should say.
Yeah, I will say, what are some green flags too?
If you leave like your food or your drink unattended with me. Now, I don't say do that shit with everybody, but that means you trust me on some level. So that's a green flag. You feel comfortable with me on some level. So that means I'm going to get some eventually if I just keep my mouth shut and play my cards right.
And put the Quaaludes in the drink while they're...
I do not put Quaaludes in drinks. Let's not start that shit. Okay, I don't need no, I ain't never drugged nobody. Ain't never had to drug anybody. Ain't never had to steal nothing from nobody. It's willingly given up to me. On that note, how shit gets started. I had to clear that up. Shit. He put something in my drink. I don't even know where the fuck you buy that shit. I don't even know where you buy that shit. All
right, so unattended drinks.
How you treat the service staff is a green flag or a red flag if you're rude to them or if you're kind to them, if you're thoughtful. if I mention I like gummy bears, gummy bears ease me when I'm stressed, and you give me a packet, like a little small pack, I'm like, oh, okay, you're thoughtful. Like you actually listen to me.
Okay. These all seem reasonable.
Yeah, because I'm used to talking and nobody fucking listens to me until the shit hits the fan. It's like, oh well, if you listen to me, but yeah.
I don't know. In today's day and age, first dates I feel like are really, really hard for that reason. Like I'm not that active on social media, so like I can only imagine. Like
I know.
Yeah. No, I'm not that active on social media, so like for me, like somebody was just like, oh, they might think the worst of me because I don't move around online that much, but I actually like privacy.
But
like,
you're also married.
Yeah, I'm also married. But the thing is, like, I've always sort of moved that way,
But a lot of people think I'm a drug dealer
because
I don't post up like where I work and stuff. I don't really post.
Which
up.
we need to bring that. It's crazy that's become a stigma. No, it's really that's wild to me because like just because I don't post a story about showing how I brush my teeth every morning, all of a sudden, I must be doing something nefarious. It's just like, no, I don't care to show you that or to take time out of my day to share. I share my it's like I don't care to share my life with people that aren't really in it. You know what I mean?
I get it, and I have this balance that's kind of hard for me because, being a public figure, semi-public figure, and also the people around me did not sign up for did not sign up for this.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if I share a picture, with this person, be it like a family member or whoever, are they gonna start getting stalked?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah, like I had not an issue. I had a circumstance years ago with my middle niece, one of my middle nieces, Lena. She'll be 18 next year. I was with her downtown. I was having her like run after me, like the uncle fatherly thing, having her run after me, and I'd pick her up, and somebody messaged me on Facebook and said, oh, I saw you with a little girl and you were running, and they described what we wore, and they were like, you look more handsome in person. And that freaked me the fuck out because it's like, A, I didn't see you. B, it's like, do I have to like clip you if you like? So that's another thing. Like I don't post everything on my social media. Like if you don't have a conversation with me, you won't know my day job.
Yeah.
You might get a hint of it, but I'm not going to tell you. And I damn sure ain't going to tell you where I work at.
Yeah.
Because I had a situation with HR, which I mentioned in a previous episode. So, yeah, don't need that at this job. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Final thoughts.
My final thoughts are, be curious. Similar to what they said, be curious, be patient with people as long as they don't give you all the ick and all the red flags. And yeah, that's about it. And tell stories and try to get people to tell you stories about themselves. That's about it.
Truthful stories. Don't tell.
Truthful stories.
Don't tell about how you're a spy for the CIA and that's why I can't pick up my phone on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like the fuck? Like, what? Tell truthful stories. That's why I don't have social media. I'm a spy.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
And if people want to send in some stories of their own of their good or bad first dates, where can they do that?
You can send that to the John Cash Show at gmail.com, or you could leave a voicemail on the brand new John Cash website at www.thejohn, John, Cash, CASH show, SHOW.com. Had to fix that.
I think we got it. That
you
time.
know,
We got
top dog, la. Like, teasing me. This is what I go through when he's in the damn studio. I get teased from my professional headshot pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
From 5 years ago.
I couldn't help it. It's a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
And then it was a 28-month hiatus. Like, shit. So judgmental. Anyway, as I always like to say, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. On behalf of Josh and myself, we'll see and speak to you next week on the John Cash Show podcast. Bitches.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.